The Go Forth and Amplify podcast is brought to you by Deathsquad UK. We are in no way affiliated with Brian Redband's original setup, but he and he alone, Dale, has inspired us to do this podcast. This week, me, Ben Burrows, at Deathsquad_BB on Twitter, and Declan Whiteside at Dianicus Undead on Twitter is going to blow your fucking minds. So, as we say in the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland and Great Britain, let us start this motherfucker. And we are live. Declan, what have we been talking about today? What have been the things that have blown our minds?
What haven't we been talking about?
What is going on with Israel and Syria at the moment?
What is going on?
Yeah. Have Israel bombed a Syrian complex?
Well,
make that full screen.
Yeah, make it full screen. Fucking hell. We're going to watch ourselves while we fucking broadcast and everything. Have they bombed a Syrian complex?
What's the official story?
The official story is that the Israel bombed a Syrian convoy with surface-to-air missiles, right? Which was supposed to be going to Lebanon.
Right.
Right, to fund Hezbollah, which obviously have a problem with Israel.
Right.
But that's a bit debatable. We all know that's a bit of bullshit anyway.
Right.
Israel bullshits.
Okay.
They do. But the other side, Iran, Syria, Russia, the rest of the planet, is saying that they bombed a military complex or a military research complex. Not giving any definition to that.
What's been reported in the news? Is the official story in the news that it was a Hezbollah roll convoy?
Yes.
Right. And what's leaked out onto social networking sites and underground media sites is that an actual fucking research facility in Syria was bombed by Israeli jets, was burning for 2 days, and the story broke 48 hours later that it was this fucking roll convoy. What was the nukes? Is it nukes? My money is on the fucking nukes.
My money's definitely not on nukes.
What's
something else though? I reckon it was supposed to have been a military research facility. That basically means
aliens.
Yeah, aliens. Let's get back on aliens. That basically means some form of powerful weapon that would fuck Israel up, obviously with their air force. So you're talking about surface-to-air missiles, aren't you? Basically, or ballistic missiles.
How did Israel get 17 miles from the Syrian... from... When was it? Iran or Syria?
Which time are you on about, yeah?
This time now. Was it somewhere in Iran or somewhere in Syria?
It's anywhere within 160 miles. They're not reporting it officially.
Right. How the fuck did the Israelis bomb that complex without getting shot down by surface-to-air missiles? Because apparently they've got the best surface-to-air missiles on the planet. Russian-made from the 70s, but they are accurate as fuck, even now in the technology now. How did they not get shot down?
Well, the main thing you need to look at is you could have the greatest fucking gun on the planet and you could stand outside there, but if you don't know a plane's coming, you're not going to be stood there ready to fucking shoot the twat, are you?
It's radar shit though.
Yeah, well, let's face facts. The radar in Iran's probably older than me.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be accurate as fuck. That was one of the main reasons why England and the US hasn't gone into Iran, because the Soviet-made fucking missile system is supposed to be accurate as fuck.
Yeah, well, Israel's had good practice recently, hasn't it, of using its special forces to take out radar along the way and then bombing fuck out something. Or I know for a fact they've been practicing really low flying jets. You know, the last time they bombed an Iranian facility down in Nigeria, I think it was.
Okay, what's the repercussions?
What's the repercussions? For this one, fuck all. If there was going to be actual repercussions, if they were actually... whatever they'd done was bad enough, they'd have fucking started straight away. You know,
right.
They'd kicked off fucking straight off.
But they invaded the airspace. What's it called? Not Soviet airspace. What's the word now? Begins with S. Not sacred. The sovereign. They've fucking invaded their sovereign airspace. Killed, rumoured up to 3,000 fucking Iranian military guards, haven't they?
Well, rumoured.
Revolutionary guards and Russian scientists. 3,000 of them. That's an act of war. If there isn't one.
if they'd killed 3,000, it would be an act of war, and they would have fucking gone to shit about it.
So you don't think there's going to be any repercussions when there's rumoured to be fucking Russian Marines off the coast of Israel?
Not off this one, definitely not. No way.
That's what the media's, the underground media's are circling.
Well, I think if we're ever going to have a powder keg, we're not going to fucking expect it. And let's face facts, Syria's got bigger fucking fish to fry at the moment.
That's true. They are having a few fucking internal problems at the moment.
And Iran's not exactly short of a few problems either.
Do you not think the UN should be ashamed of themselves, of what they've done in that country? Oh, sorry, what they didn't do. The observers that went over there, Kofi Annan, the fucking master of the universe, and he quit because he was getting nowhere. Kofi Annan went and saw all those fucking dying and injured kids, and he wanted to put troops on the fucking ground. And his bosses, Ban Ki-fucking-moon, said, no, we're not going to get put feet on the ground. This is going to be an internal fucking problem.
Well, the thing with the UN is that they're always reluctant to fucking use military power because they don't, even though they've officially got a military force, it's not a military power.
The UN isn't a military power. It's got to be the biggest fucking army in the world.
It's a peacekeeping force.
Who are armed to the fucking guns.
Yeah, but
or the hurls even.
I know certain times when they've gone into Africa, things like that, and they've been deployed all over a fucking country type of thing, and they've not been allowed to shoot back. That's been their orders. Stood there with fucking whatever types of ammo they've fucking got. Yeah. Stood there and they can't fucking fire back. Someone could fucking walk up to them and twat them if they wanted.
That is what is needed in Syria. There's too many fucking innocent people dying. Not only too many innocent people, but fucking too many children. One child was fucking too much that's died in there. And fucking Kofi Annan wanted to put troops on the fucking ground, but Ban Ki-fucking-moon and his fucking bosses didn't. And I just can't understand why. Is it because there's no financial gain for the world?
No, it's because Russia and China vetoed it in the UN. Whatever the hell they call it, Parliament.
But Russia and China haven't really got the best fucking human rights, have they?
No, but Russia and China do have an official veto. If Russia and China go, especially on the Middle East, Russia and China...
Overruled. One kid's died. That overrules fucking Russia, China, America, Great Britain, fucking the Commonwealth of the world, the Queen, the fucking lot. Once one child fucking dies, that is when... people need to fucking bare arms and fucking start slapping bitches. Telling asses need to be slapped.
Well, that's the main problem, is that China and we don't know at the moment, but China and fucking Russia are still backing them to the fucking hilt completely. Major allies for Syria.
Why? What's Syria got? Nothing.
Well,
what is it? Is it a military base?
It's not even like it's got that much of a major share of oil. You could understand that, but they don't have that much of a major share of oil.
That's why nobody's fucked. That's why nobody gives a fuck. If that had a natural resource that the world is depending on, it will be in the hands of the fucking NWO New World Order. Fucking Dick Cheney will be riding a horse into fucking Libya. If there was not Libya, where is it now? Syria. If there was any fucking natural resources there.
Very likely.
One kid dies, no resources, nobody gives a fuck.
Well, let's face facts, in the grand scheme of things in the world, no one gives a shit about any fucking kids dying or anything, do they?
Yes, people do.
People do, but do the nations? That's the answer, that's the question. If you think about it, we might care, but do the people above us care?
Yeah, because they're fucking human. I don't think you can disconnect your fucking humanity. Not unless there's already fucking cyborgs walking among us at the moment.
Well,
quite possible.
Think about it. While fucking kids are dying in Syria, Cameron's over fucking wherever the fuck it was. Where was it? Not Algeria, Libya. Over in fucking Libya, going on about how 1 in 10 children in certain parts of it don't live to fucking the age of 5, and on about giving charity and upping the charity aid to them and everything like that, while fucking Syria goes fucking bananas because they can't do anything because of the simple fact that we're our own enemies. Because in the UN we create a whole system and we have China and Russia as a veto who've got interests in said country, and we have no interest.
What is their interest? What is it? There's nothing there.
Basically, it's like let's say you've got a garden. Let's say you've got a garden outside that's you not necessarily have it. It's not necessarily yours, but you control it. And somebody else wants to buy it for nothing. Let's say somebody wants to influence something on it, or wants something to be built on there. You're obviously not going to agree with it.
So what you're saying, Iran's their neighbours?
Let's say that garden is worth fuck all to you. Let's say there's no value on it to you. Let's say it even irritates you a little bit. it's a bit of an annoying thing that you've got, but somebody wants to do something with it, you're straight away going to go on the defensive. You're not going to fucking let them, even if it's worth fuck all.
So what's the paradigm here? What's the comparable? What you're saying that Libya is a part of the world to Russia and China? Syria.
Yeah,
it's
Syria.
It's their neighbours. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, it's on their backyard.
Well, they're not officially allied, obviously, but I think
they fucking are now.
I think they've got a lot of weapons agreements with them. A hell of a lot. And not only that, they've got a lot of stake in it because there is shitload. I know it's all the same all over the Middle East anyway, but Russia.
How can the world be at war, man? How can we be at war in the 21st century?
Well,
I mean, it's criminal. It's 2013, and these motherfuckers shooting other motherfuckers up for what? Power.
Well, yeah, for power. More, it's pretty much nothing. There's nothing else. Like, for example, there was one in the news the other day, wasn't there? All over the news about those 60-odd people that they found killed in the centre of Damascus. Through in the storm drain, I think it was.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a little bit of fucking controversy about that.
Well, everybody stood there scratching their head, and it's kind of like, which ones did it?
Not only which ones did. I think the FFA did it. FSA did it, not the Financial Services Authority.
Yeah, that'll be
Free
good.
Syria Army. Are we okay?
Yeah,
Don't do
good.
that, Declan. I thought we dropped off then. The Free Syrian Army apparently fucking found all these bodies, and they've been there for fucking moons, and they were too muddied up and all this. There was some stink about it, and the question is, who did it? They're both as fucking bad as each other, isn't it?
Well, all they know is that obviously the official figure is 60,000 people have died officially since it started. It's been going for 22 months, I think.
No.
But
22 months and nobody's done fucking anything.
But obviously it's stepping up to another level now, isn't it? But the whole problem you've got with it is not only have you got everybody sees is fucking Assad. Assad's killing this, Assad's killing that, and what people don't realise is that
fucking wife.
Yeah, his hot fucking wife. And what people don't realise was that the Free Syrian Army is full of jihadists, Islamists, fucking the same people backed by the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. You know, the full shebang, and we're fucking backing them.
For what purpose? Is it because it's fashionable? Is it because it's the Asian Spring?
That is probably the best word you could
Arab
put it.
Spring,
Fashionable. That's probably the best word you could put it. Fashionable. Everybody's all jumping on the bandwagon, but we all seen how Egypt fucking did out of it, don't
Egypt's dead.
You know, Egypt's fucking gone tits up completely.
This old boy came into work during the week, and he said, "Oh, fucking 2 more days to go, and then I'm off on holiday." And he goes, "Yeah." So I go to him, "Oh, where are you going?" And he went, "Egypt." And I went, "You're fucking going to Egypt? Why?" What's up?
Nothing. I was just taking my headphones off, seeing how loud it is.
All right. I said, "You're fucking going to Egypt? Why?" He said, "Because it's got the best fucking scuba diving in the world." So I said, "The fucking country is at war. The last place where you want to be is fucking at a place where everybody's fucking arguing." So he said, no, the resorts are all right. There's nothing wrong with the resorts because the Egyptians know that it's a really good fucking what's it called now? Like profit for the country. Do you know the revenues that comes in really benefits the country. So the Egyptians are protecting the resorts. So I said, hang on a minute, right? The Egyptians want to fucking hurt the fucking government because they don't agree with it. So at the moment, they're rioting in the fucking city centre of the capital city, aren't they? So it's going to get to a point where they need to do something new. And think, how can we really get onto our government? What can we do to really hurt them, start listening to us?
Tourist areas. I'm surprised it's not happened.
I'm surprised. And they start going there, and bitches start chopping bitches up.
Yep.
What happens then?
Well, it never happened.
I said to him, and you want to go to a country where where that has the potential to happen? He said, no, I'd rather go to Bognor Regis for the weekend, mate. I'm tapping out. Even if it was free, I'm not going to Egypt for love nor money. I mean, apparently, the dude that's in now is trying to run some type of fucking regime.
He is. He's trying to set up his own. Mohammed Morsi.
Why?
Because, let's face facts.
What evil motherfucker wants to run a country?
And let's face facts. I don't mean to sound stereotypical too much, but his party is called the Muslim Brotherhood. It just sounds fucking. Yeah,
it sounds scary, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anything with brotherhood at the end of it sounds fucking terrifying.
And it's just like what. I think a lot of people thought it was going to really change when he got in, but it just didn't. He changed it first, and then
was he elected to Parliament?
he was officially he was elected. Were the elections?
So
rigged,
the
were they
Egyptians voted for him.
Yeah.
What is it because? Did they vote for the name? Did they see the name and not the fucking the person stuck behind the name? Did they say? Do you reckon the Egyptians saw the Muslim Brotherhood and thought, do you know what? That's the fucking one for me, son.
Well, fucking who knows? I wonder if the election was even fucking real.
Do you not think the Westwoods had any influence in that at all?
No.
Because there's a fucking... I can't remember. I think it was Michael Moore. Michael Moore did a documentary, and he portrayed the US and Great Britain of removing democratically elected good leaders from countries around the world and installing the likes of General Pinochet. Yep. He was installed by the United States and the United Kingdom, and then they removed whoever was in charge of Iraq, and they put in fucking Saddam Hussein. And they put in Colonel Gaddafi, and the fucking CIA put in who's the dude in Cuba? Fidel Castro.
Yep.
He was a fucking defector. He defected to America, and then he fucking defected from America back to fucking Cuba. Double crossed him. And they've all been installed for some reason. I mean, General Pinochet, do you remember that motherfucker?
No,
you don't remember?
Really.
I can't remember where he was. He was in one of the South American countries, and he replaced a good man. There was like no internal wars in the country and all this shit. The country was running smoothly. Fucking General fucking Pinochet goes in there and starts chopping bitches up.
Yeah. Well, there's no way of denying it that we would have any influence on replacing semi-democracies with dictatorships, etc. But obviously, that was the stable. That created stability at a time, when stuff wasn't really stable. Right. But obviously now, like if you think about it, really officially speaking, the Middle East was fairly stable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Aye. I'm gone a few years ago.
Well,
pre-2002 when the US, the Allied forces went into fucking Iran.
Like
Iraq, sorry.
Yeah, like some of the main things you've got with obviously 9/11's got a big fucking thing on it, hasn't it?
Yes.
Obviously. But I think what's been happening slowly but surely is these dictatorships have been funding, certain terrorist organisations all over.
Yes.
I don't just mean Arab terrorists, I mean all of them. IRA's got ties to Libya like fuck.
I know, yeah. What was the connection there? What was the link between Northern Ireland and the IRA and Libya?
Basically, the simple fact was that Libya was willing to sell weapons to the IRA under the table type of thing.
How the fuck did they get them from country to country? I'm sorry.
Fuck knows. Let's face facts. Fucking only in Northern Ireland could you pull a fucking car over and find RPGs in the fucking.
I know. It just goes to show you, if people want to start fucking shit up, people are going to start buying weapons. That is a British fucking colony, and our neighbours. Which, if you were to close your eyes one morning and somebody put you into a city in Ireland, you would still think you were in the UK, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Apart from the fucking registration plates and the accent, until fucking somebody says "Top of the morning to you." Not to racially stereotype our Irish cousins.
That'll go down well. But a lot of people argue, obviously, that dictatorships were more stable.
Are we under a dictatorship?
No, but I think the handy thing with this country though is that
because we're doing this right now. That's how we know we're not under a dictatorship.
But we're doing this right now at the moment. But the main thing behind it is obviously I think in this country you get a feeling for what your fellow citizens are doing or what they're thinking, and it reflects it in the polls. It does reflect in the polls. It does, generally speaking. I know obviously the government we've got at the moment doesn't reflect in the polls really for people around here.
They weren't even elected into Parliament,
but you do get that feeling though that at the time of the election people didn't really know who to vote for. All they knew was don't vote for Labour. That was all they knew.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and it did show in it because.
Who did I vote for? The Lib Dems. I fucking think I voted for.
Good one.
I know. Fucking fooled me. I remember watching the fucking first ever televised fucking debate, and Nick fucking Clegg was coming out as a fucking hustler.
You see,
that fucking honky was like smooth. He went from like 31% up to like 62%, because David Cameron and fucking Gordon Brown were arguing, and Nick Clegg were going, well, no, in fact, you're both wrong and you're both a pair of fags. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He was just saying all the right shit, and you had David Cameron going, we need to arm because we need to get nukes because of fucking China. We've got to watch the Chinese. And the Chinese were going, what the fuck is this? He wants to come to power because he's worried about the fucking Chinese army until they want to fucking have a nuclear force. That's a fucking declaration of war. That's like a Middle Eastern thing, that, isn't it?
Death to the Great Britain. But I think it reflected a lot in the polls at the time of how it got into power. Not only that, it's shown straight away, with the Lib Dems getting loads of votes. Yeah. Then when they got into power and they, passed certain unpopular things. And
killed themselves,
and now
shot themselves in the fucking face.
And now unless they fucking do something amazing in the next 2 years, they're fucked in the election.
Yeah.
Basically, their fucking seats are going to get fucking mopped up between Labour, Conservative, and UKIP. Fucking, let's face facts.
I just want UKIP to go into power.
Let's face facts. After the 2015 election, for a fact Nick Clegg's not going to be in power. No way. He's not going to be in power of that party.
Yeah.
I think Vince Cable or somebody like that will be in power.
What happened to Ming the Merciless? Do you remember Ming Campbell?
No.
I'm sure fucking Ming fucking had the Lib Dems for the fucking couple of years before Cleggy Boy come over. As what's his name? Who's the other dude who you just mentioned then? Vince
Cable.
Vince
Business
Cable.
Secretary.
Yeah. Has he ever led him?
No, but he's like the number one.
Is he deputy? He's a creepy bastard.
He does look a bit creepy.
He looks like the type of person that has a fucking dodgy hard disk drive.
Yeah. But
he talks like this and he wears a funny fucking hat.
I think Vince Cable's one of the top shots at getting the seat from Nick Clegg.
What the fuck does he do? Isn't he a business secretary?
Yeah, the business secretary.
Hasn't he had the demotion for fucking slagging something off like Dolly's or something like that?
He didn't get demoted. He got a bit of shit over.
What was it over?
I can't remember what he fucking said now. What did he say?
I thought, was it working families or something like that? It was something where you think, and this cunt is in power.
I honestly can't remember what he said. I remember it was a bit scandalous. But he sometimes I'm a little bit heartless, and I agree with funny things like that sometimes.
Right, you was telling me earlier today about a current tax fiddle that's going on in the United Kingdom at the moment, where taxpayers are avoiding paying the, well, believe it or not, tax to the treasury, to the chest. And what they're doing is they're donating millions of pounds to a charity, and the charity is then taking off gift aid and things like that, and then giving that money back to those people who have donated it in the forms of bonds or other forms of income. So it's avoiding them paying tax. Yep. I think out of 150, was it 7 million?
176 million.
176 million that was given to this charity. This charity actually dished out to people in need £50,000, something like that.
Yeah, £50,000. Then
how was that legal?
They also gave, it was £55,000 they dished out in charity. £50,000 went in salary to the owner of the charity.
Who fucking thinks of that?
And then
who seriously comes up with the fucking that idea?
And then literally every other penny went back to the people who'd paid the taxes in through gilts, bonds, fucking all sorts of other complicated bullshit.
Can you hate a country that much where you don't want to pay tax? I know taxes are cunts, but
I think
it's a necessary evil.
I think the main thing is behind it is that anybody who says, "Oh, I fucking hate the tax man, the tax me," blah blah blah, I think they all initially the same opinion as you were. They want to pay the taxes a little bit on some level. I know everybody wants to be rich. They don't want the taxes, but on some level you're paying it.
I think Albert Einstein said tax is a necessary evil.
Yeah. And I think the genuine thing with it is that when you get
for the good
greedy people, that's just how simple it is. Greed, But like the main thing behind it is that the charity was set up after 2010. The government created a new initiative, an initiative that I agreed with, even though I'm not exactly a charitable person myself. But
fucking Times reader, come on, cunts.
Yeah, they created an initiative, the government, that basically, if you paid the same amount as your tax for a year into a charity, what would happen was that would then give you a tax
rebate.
Not a tax rebate, but you could avoid your tax for the year by giving it to that charity.
I get it, yeah.
I think it was something like 60% of your taxable pay.
Yeah.
Give it to the charity, and that last 40% doesn't get taxed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you could officially create.
Can I do that?
No, it's only self-employed or the directors upwards. Really rich people.
So I can't do it because I get taxed like a cunt. I think I'm about £120. £120 a week. That's nearly $200 a week in fucking tax.
Best laugh is that you're about 60 quid of that's fucking tax. What's the other 44 quid?
National insurance.
National insurance.
Do you know what? Can you opt out of paying national insurance?
No.
Yes, you can.
Well,
can you kick it? Yes, you can. Can you kick it? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can opt out of national insurance. You do not contribute to a pension. If you go to hospital, you get charged for going to hospital. If the fire brigade comes out to your house, you get charged for the fire brigade coming out to your house.
Fire brigade doesn't go through the national insurance. Fire brigade goes through your poll tax.
Oh, that's correct. Not poll tax, council tax. Remember the poll tax riots?
Oh, fuck. No, I don't. Thank fuck.
This country introduced a tax. Margaret the fucker Thatcher introduced
the legend.
A poll tax, which people in a town pays their local council or parish council a fee to live in said town. And the nation went fucking crazy. Now, I'm not talking about stern letters. I am talking about genuine kicking the shit out of police, fucking choking horses to death and burning London town down because Maggie Thatcher introduced a fucking brand new tax. She said, where do you live? Oh, you live in Liverpool. Well, for that, we're the fucking place where you were born. If you want to live in a house, I want you to give me, before you've paid any of your bills, I want you to give me £80 a week, whatever the equivalent was back then.
Yep.
And I want you to take it like a fucking bitch. And the country erupted. If you have never seen a riot until you have seen a British person riot, because we fought off the Anglo-Saxons, we lost, but they got to Scotland, right? And they were that fucking scared of the Scots. They built the fucking Hadrian's Wall because they used to see these big hairy motherfuckers running down from the hills and the mountains, and the Romans thought, fuck that. I mean, at the time, we weren't classed as British. Scotland were their own, I don't know, race, or whatever you want to call it, their own people, but now we're all British. It's the same bloodline. It was just a fucking different fucking squeaky accent, that's all. It's all the same fucking blood.
At the time, the entirety of Britain was blue, as they call them, the blue people, as they call them, obviously, the blue paint. So officially speaking, officially speaking, Scottish people aren't really Scottish as such, if that makes sense. Everybody who lives within this isle is related in some way,
Yeah, that's true. You can say that about the population of the world, though, can't you?
Yeah, well, depends on what fucking what religion you follow.
It's not even what religion you're from. It's just that's science.
Creationism.
That's creationism. Yeah, there must have been two things that fucked to produce, I don't know, 7 more things. I know 7 more things. We must be inbred to fuck.
Yeah.
We must have been. Not unless there was... no, we would have to start with 2 things, or maybe around the same area, bacteria multiplied into something that started fucking all over the world all at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's how we come to be.
I can't even remember what fucking subject we were on then. Tax, weren't we?
Yeah.
Right. Back to the tax fucking thing. Fiddle. Officially you could donate 60% of your, 100% of your tax, right?
Right.
As at a certain level of pay in your own company or your own chairman of boards or whatever the fuck they call them, and you could then donate 100% of your tax to charity, and you'd get a 40% rebate back out of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was designed to create charity, to make loads of people donate to charity in order to gain for themselves.
It was done for good.
It was done for good.
In the name of goodness.
Obviously, the main thing they didn't look at was somebody setting up a charity and never actually giving the money to fucking charity.
Who thinks of it? Who thinks, I've got a fucking idea?
But let's face facts. If there's one, there's others.
Yeah, fucking.
And it's only been out for 2 years. But that's just one tax fiddle. There was 2,400 tax fiddles created in this millennium in this country.
Already?
Yeah, just in this millennium, there's 2,444 tax fiddles
that we know about
that were created. Most of them are well gone now. Like, I think you've still got about 70 odd floating about.
Just have a look at the live stream for a sec.
The
chat room.
Let's have a look.
Give it a refresh. So how much money do you think is going missing out of the Treasury each year in tax fiddles?
There's no way to put a fucking number on that. No way.
We're talking billions, aren't we?
Oh yeah, easy.
We're talking, I reckon, what's our GDP?
2.4 trillion.
2.4 trillion.
2.45.
I reckon there's about £200 billion worth of tax fiddles out there.
Yeah. Not only that, don't forget the stuff that happens in the country that people can't tax because it's declared illegal, for example.
But like
weed.
All right, so
cannabis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it all gets filtered back to the Treasury somewhere. You can say a drug dealer, what's he going to buy? Speedboats and fucking big cars.
Yeah,
So
but
that's the weed tax. Speedboats and cars.
Yeah, but don't forget though. Usually, what happens? Just think about it. It's a big loop. Let's say you've got a drug dealer who's fucking got millions or whatever, millions in cash.
Yeah.
And he decides, I'm going to buy a Sunseeker yacht, £12 million.
Boosh!
So he goes and buys
Stylish motherfucker.
goes and buys a £12 million fucking yacht, right?
That's about
The money
19.
The money then filters down through the
$19.
company, obviously.
Yeah.
You got your people who build the yacht, which are obviously going to get taxed.
Yes.
If they were fucking built in this country.
Correct.
Right? Then you've got the other matter.
If you've got 12 million, you're buying British.
And then you've got the other matter of what happens when all that profit starts filtering its way up the company ranks type of thing and gets paid through offshore accounts, fucking royalties, all the other fucking things, and doesn't actually get taxed in the first place because it's going through the profits of the company. You know, you've got that whole thing of do they actually get taxed?
Yeah.
Because officially you'd think that the money would go around somewhere. Well, I think a lot of the money that comes out of the the drug dealing trade, I think a lot of it doesn't actually find its way back to the tax man. I think it's literally lost money. Literally lost revenue.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
It does.
Because it will filter its way back.
Not all of it, not enough.
So what, you're just saying that money's always going to be in circulation?
No, not necessarily, but I know for a fact that people who have that type of money, because they can't put it through the bank account. If you can't put it through your bank account...
So there's people all over the fucking UK just sitting on these big wads of cash.
Or moving cash abroad.
Or moving cash abroad.
Because you can fucking easily use mules to transfer £9,000-10,000 fucking a time to wherever you're going.
Yeah, fucking least.
You know, and it's just one of them things. I think you need to find a way to stop money leaving the country or going through basically fucking nothing. You know, let's face facts. If fucking legalised, let's just say marijuana, obviously, because that's the main one. That's on everybody's fucking head.
Yeah.
If you legalised it, just think about it. Just think about it broadly, right? You've got whatever fucking shops would be set up to sell it.
Right.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Staff in the shops.
Literally.
The people who grow it.
Yeah.
People who sell it to the shops, right? Then you've got the simple fact that the amount of tax off that is just incredible. If you think about it, you're growing it.
Yeah.
Straight away. You got your people who are working growing it.
Yeah.
You sell it. You get taxed. VAT.
Yeah.
Straight away. So there you go. That's fucking 30-odd% fucking gone straight into the company, into the government's fucking coffers.
Right.
Goes to the fucking shop. Sold in the shop. Person in the shop's getting paid whatever fucking money they're getting paid.
I'm liking the sound of this.
Right. You've got the people buying it. Because the people have paid VAT and fucking the other shit in the first place, the shop's got to charge VAT and fucking tax on it then.
Yeah.
So then you're looking at 60% of the fucking thing, right?
It's a new revenue.
People buy it, people fucking smoke it. You know, you got usual fucking thing. They basically got 60% tax.
Yeah.
Off something that they wouldn't get taxed off. You know, you can say how you want about it fucking going round and round and round and round. But what happens if said drug dealer goes and buys fucking a BMW? Have you seen the fucking tax rates for BMW leaving this fucking country? As in
tax rates for BMW leaving the UK.
BMW.
I bet it's low, isn't it?
BMW pays about fucking... Well, officially they're supposed to pay 22% corporation tax, officially. But they only pay about 8% tax, BMW.
Hell, and that's legal?
Yeah. Not only that, they're not built in this country. So think about that. You don't have your employees building the cars.
Motherfuckers.
So you're getting... Let's say a drug dealer buys £100,000 BMW, the government gets $8,000. Surely there's a fucking better way, isn't there?
And that's legal. That's what haunts me more than anything. Why is it legal? The government... hang on a minute. Who written the legislation for the... was it the Bank of England? You were telling me earlier.
Well, you've got... the legislation for tax obviously is written by the Chancellor and all the all the different levels of Chancellor's office
Right.
And obviously, ultimately, it ends up going back to the Bank of England, and it's ultimately decided through the Bank of England to be implemented properly. But officially, you could say it was the advisors of the Chancellor who influenced the policy.
Right.
And then you've got the whole problem of, as it's been in the news recently.
Tell the fucking viewers who are advising the fucking Bank of England. It's outrageous.
The advisors to the Bank of England and the Chancellor, the Exchequer, whatever the hell they call it in other parts of the fucking world, I don't have a clue. Basically, the top money man of the country, the one who writes the tax laws. The influencers and advisors, people who help him to write the law, or sometimes outright write the law for him and then say, right, there you go, sign that. The advisors run banks themselves. They run banks and accountancy firms and then advise their own clients how the fuck to get the loophole out of the tax law they've just fucking written.
And how has this only just been discovered or brought to light? Why now? Because obviously people in power have fucking probably known about this because they probably used the fucking scheme themselves. So why bring it? What's going on now that they need to divert attention off?
Obviously, the tax. Obviously, when the new government came to power, they knew that the first thing they were going to have to hit was tax avoidance because it was big.
Yeah,
and it's showing now it really was big.
What's a nom-denominate?
Somebody who is a British citizen but doesn't live in England. A British citizen who lives offshore but works in England.
Right. So what? Do they need to spend a specific amount of time off a British soil?
Generally speaking, yes and no.
Right.
It's a really grey area. It's really complicated fucking thing.
So what does it mean? You can't. You if you want to, you don't have to pay tax.
It means basically you don't have to pay tax. You could live.
You don't have to pay anything.
Barely anything. If you have the right friends, the right accountants that you know can set fucking anything up, you can pay fucking 0.5% tax.
And that's been legal since fucking the Treasury was basically invented, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's all.
Somebody's gone. Oh what? So you live over in Mauritius for 200 days a year, but for the other 165 you're over in the UK. Do you know what? You don't need to pay any tax because you're over there for 200 days a year, and you're only here for 165. So. You don't need to contribute nothing. But if you come over and you have any injuries or like that, we'll pay. We'll take you to the hospital. We'll pay for your medical care.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fucking shit. It's daft the way it works because when something's written into law, it's in law. So officially, even though somebody could be doing something completely wrong in everybody's eyes, they're within the law. Which is pathetic. But
just think of what the country could benefit from. Just think of what 200 extra billion pounds could do.
They've already started a push.
It could go so fucking far.
Well, they've already started getting some of the fucking tax haven money back, haven't they? From Switzerland.
Have they?
Yeah, well.
What are we talking? What do you mean getting money back? Just saying there's a bill for 2 billion.
Well, basically, all the shit with the tax havens type of thing. All the tax havens themselves don't want the fucking bother of official stuff
laundering
happening.
The money.
Even though they're technically laundering the money, they're not in their own.
I know.
Let's say obviously the big one you've got is Switzerland. Switzerland, obviously, everybody knows is the fucking tax haven.
What is that? Just somewhere where you can deposit any amount of money and we don't give a fuck about.
More or less.
So if I go to one there's 175 million. Will there be no question asked?
More or less, no. Not
Holy fuck, man!
But when you think about it, the way that they are thinking about it is that they want people still to be coming to their banks. And in the time of fucking people who use tax havens getting fucking bummed completely, people don't want to use the tax havens, if that makes sense. Now people are scared to use tax havens, generally speaking. Well, they're scared to get caught. I mean,
purely as an embarrassment thing now. It's not stylish to do.
Yeah.
It's the out thing to do.
Switzerland has agreed, I think it's 2 or 3 different banks in Switzerland, have agreed to give £2.1 billion to this country.
Hang on a second, but whose money is that? Is that not the people's money who have paid into the bank?
Basically, let's say
must be some happy motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, let's say you've got £10 billion that the Chancellor or whoever's doing it has proved has left the country and gone to the offshore bank account. They contact Swiss bank, whoever the fuck they are, say, right, blah, 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 you've took this much money out of our fucking economy, we want this back in tax. And they will then deduct that from said person who's got that money in their bank account. That person then who thought they'd avoided tax is going to have a nasty fucking shock when the tax just leaves the fucking bank.
A nasty fucking shot is the understatement of the year. You're going to be fucked off. You think you've invested your money in a fucking bank and all of a sudden they're giving a percent of it away. Bitches are going to start fucking bitches up.
They've agreed to pay, I think it's £402 million every year for the next 5 years back to us. That's just one bank.
Is this going to be the end of it? Is this going to be the end of fucking... For the last 10 years, all we added is avoided tax, we've avoided tax. Alright, we've spent 10 years of fucking looking for where all the tax is. Are people going to learn from it now, or in 20 years' time, or at the end of the next recession? We might go through a period of growth, but the next recession that comes along in 10 years' time, are we going to find all these, and he's not paid tax, and he's not paid tax, and he's not paid tax?
The simple fact is, when it comes down to it, when the government is making money, when there's no debt, or there's minimal debt, the government doesn't need to worry about finances. They're not going to fucking do anything, are they?
No.
They're going to let it fucking happen.
Yes.
And that's a simple problem, is that they'll bring out strict laws. They'll bring out strict laws for tax havens, avoiding tax, all the fucking bullshit. And then it'll all go to fucking shit when the country gets back on the mend, if it gets back on the mend.
Will hit start growing again.
Yeah, easy.
You think that the United Kingdom is going to start having economic growth again?
Definitely.
How? There's no more revenue streams. Everybody bought the new car 3 years ago, then the arse fell out the economy because everybody had new cars. The majority of the fucking people in the country, the mass percentage, let's go 60% of the people in the country were driving around in cars on fucking finance. So nobody can get finance anymore. Yeah. And then everybody in the country have been given the majority of the country have been given 120% mortgages. So they're getting the mortgage and then they're giving them an extra £20,000 to piss about with, but they have to pay back. So now, me who's got a fucking brand new car and a mortgage is all of a sudden paying £400 a month out in fucking credit loans. And then it comes along to the point where nobody's got any free money and nobody's buying anything. Because I can remember in 2007, in December, it was the forecast for the next year, and it said that more people are going to save this year and spend less than it has done over the last 17 years. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to fucking start doing that. 7 months later, I was out of the job. I was working in a company that was only a small company. There's only about fucking, I don't know, 60 of us tops working there. Maybe even less. Maybe half of that. Let's say fucking 35 people working there. And they went from a company of turning over £22 million to the next year making minus 7 million in the case of the year. And what we were doing is I was importing white goods from overseas, giving them designs, them creating the tools, making them, shipping them over to the UK, and then getting it from the UK to the shops. What shops have ordered from us. And mate, we were so busy. We was getting container ships. A little fucking company like ours was getting container ships fucking bringing stuff over to the UK, do you know what I mean, on fucking mass. And then everybody stopped fucking going out and buying it, and it fell on the arse within about fucking 7 months. 7 months the company was fucking struggling. And you think that they're going to be able to get out of that and start making growth again? Where is the money going to come from?
Definitely. I think they will.
Where's the money coming from?
Well, you've obviously got our fucking ballooning debt, which is supposed to be sorted by 2016-17.
What's our debt? 1.11 trillion?
1.16.
That's excluding mortgage debt though, isn't it?
Well, that's just government debt. They never take into account country debt. It's always just your government debt. That's all you see. When you see the American debt of 15,000 fucking 400 trillion million pound, whatever the fuck it is.
14 trillion.
Yeah, it's 15 something now, I think.
Right, I think it might even be.
It's hit. I think it's hit the ceiling again. But when you see that is just government debt. That is not one person in the country owes that money. That's just the government debt.
Holy fuck! So what do you think the actual fucking debt of the country is? Will that ever get published? Will ever that get revealed?
I don't even think anybody takes the figures. They'd be wasting the time. How could you work it out?
What, credit card debt's over $1 trillion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Credit card debt is over $1 trillion. Mortgage debt. If you think of the average credit card debt, let's say average £10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's $1 trillion. What do you fucking think a mortgage debt's going to be? At £100,000? It's going to be, what's more than $1 trillion?
Oh yeah.
It's going to be that figure, isn't it? It's going to be, there must be 100 trillion out in mortgages.
Yeah.
What's the maths? Got a calculator?
Let's
work it out. I need a fucking scientific calculator.
One of the main things behind it, especially with the whole generating money, is that obviously at the moment we're going through massive cuts.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got the fact that as soon as we end up with our debt reducing, we can officially, the government can start spending more money. Then they can start increasing stuff the year after.
What do you reckon the average mortgage is in the UK?
I know the average house price.
Go on.
That's 254,000
That's the average house price
in the UK.
No.
Yeah.
It must be 250. That's the average house price.
The,
That sounds fucking high.
The
The average price of a house in the UK is 200 not fucking thousand.
So let's use the old fucking Google, because I can't fucking remember for shit.
Right, what's it called now? How many houses with a mortgage in the UK? 24 million?
Something stupid like that.
24 million. 24 million, right? Times the average mortgage debt, and this is just going to be the mortgage debt of the country. This is groundbreaking stuff now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to break the official national debt price. We may fall off the house if we get taken out. 249,000. Motherfucker, right? Times.
I wasn't far off.
249,958. Right, I've got enough fucking. Right, let's work it out. What is that? What's that number? What is that number?
That is. That's 5.9 trillion.
No, it's not, mate.
It is 5.9 trillion.
Because that's 900 million.
No, six. If you think about it, 6
Right,
zeros.
that's 2 million. Look.
Right, 6 digits is a million.
Right, so look.
Yeah.
That's 992 million.
Yes, and the next one's 998 million. 998 billion.
Fucking hell. 900. Yeah, but 100. How much is a trillion? Oh, right.
Trillion. So it's
So it's 6 trillion.
Yeah.
The mortgage debt is 6 trillion. The fucking credit card debt is a fucking trillion. At least a trillion. So there's 7 trillion. How much government debt have you got?
Well, 1.16 in this
1.16 trillion. So what's that? That's 6, 7, 8.6 trillion. Then you've got fucking people's bank loans. Let's say that's another fucking 2 trillion. So we're climbing up to nearly 10 trillion just in debt. Our GDP isn't even that.
I know.
What's GDP? Is that everybody's tax?
Global domestic product. That is, GDP is the entire money. It's the entire money that has changed hands per year in this country.
Right.
So basically, 2.45 trillion or whatever, 2.45 trillion, whatever
right.
It is.
That can't be right when there's mortgages going left, right, and fucking centre.
Yeah, but think about it though. A mortgage, you might have a mortgage of 6 trillion. That's 6 trillion over the next 25 years. Think about that.
That's true.
So it's relatively small for what it is. Think about it. But you've got the basis. The basis of it is the GDP is the entire amount of money created in this country.
Right.
Which is...
So not in circulation. So we've already got 2 trillion from last year in circulation. Here's an extra 2 trillion.
No, well, the official thing behind it is... it's dead complicated. It's just so complicated. But the amount of money that enters this country, not as in just from offshore, but the amount of money that is just rolls around in this country that goes through your companies, your employees, your fucking people, every single thing that you spend money on. And every bit of money that enters a bank account goes through GDP, right? Which is obviously 2.45 trillion or whatever the fuck it is for last year.
Right.
That's global domestic product, but it breaks down into all sorts of little fucking subcategories and all sorts of other bullshit. But the simple fact of the matter is it's 2.45 trillion. That's the amount of money that's been thrown around this economy for that year. Now, I remember reading that the government, just the general government, was last year was 425 billion of that 2.45 trillion. So you've got 2 trillion of money going around through the private sector.
Mm.
The other 400 odd billion is just the government. But I remember, just for a laugh, right? Yeah, just a bit of light reading. Everybody does things for laughs. Plays games, stuff like that. I sit there and work figures out because I'm fucking sad like that. I remember for a laugh working out that the amount of jobs getting cut now from councils in this country, right?
Yeah.
Which officially are jobs that aren't needed.
Okay.
And I've looked at them, and most of them are fucking justified. They're not needed. You know, these people fucking might sit there fucking filing stuff when you don't need to file. You know, shit like that. It's just 500,000 jobs. And I worked that out, right? Since 2001, when our debt started going up, started ballooning, right? Through till now, when the jobs are starting to get cut, which is this year. It's when the job cuts are starting to take place now on the councils. In that amount of time, that was £235 billion in wages, which officially you do not fucking need, if you know what I mean. So basically, 235 billion has gone into our debt. Yeah, 235 billion pound, right, has gone into our government debt, paying 500,000 fucking people a year, who officially their jobs don't exist.
Have they cut those people? Have those people now been cut from their jobs?
During this parliament, 500,000 people are going to lose their jobs out the government.
And do we know what we're up to at the moment?
I think it's only about 110,000 so far.
So they've put an extra 110,000 people on the dole.
Well, officially the unemployment's gone down. Officially,
isn't it at its lowest peak now? It's been for a long time, like pre-recession levels.
It's nearly pre-recession levels. It's not quite got there, but it's close. But
I wonder what
a lot of it's figure fiddling though.
What's the dole bill at the moment? Do we know what the unemployment bill? We call it dole in this country. I think they call it Social Security in America, don't we?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but does anybody know what the dole bill is at the moment?
In this country, the welfare bill. So you've got your dole, your disability benefits, all that palaver. It's 40 odd billion, something like that.
40 odd billion.
Yeah, and they want to cut 10 billion out of it in the next 5 years.
The problem with that is they're going to hurt a lot of people, aren't they? There's going to be a lot of people who need that money. My sister had cancer. She's still got cancer, but it's in remission. It's not disappeared, right? The cancer's in such a bad place. Chemo wasn't going to cure it, right? So the only other alternative was surgery, right? But where the cancer was, there was a fuck off massive artery wrapped right round it, right? And there was no guarantee that if they nicked that artery, they could stop it bleeding, so she could have died. So my sister Simone decided to go start taking medication for it as well, instead of because the radiotherapy, the chemotherapy wasn't going to work, right? Somehow, luckily, a fucking cancer started going into remission, right? So she got better, right? She still had cancer, but was going into remission. The government came and reviewed my sister, who's had cancer for 10 years, and said, well, you're fit enough to work now. Even though you still got cancer, you're fit enough to work now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take every benefit we give you off you. But you're not going to give you any income support because you've not contributed for 10 years, so you're not actually entitled to it. And we're not going to give you any fucking, we're not going to give you any disability at all now because you are an able body. My sister went from having an income 1 week to next week literally having no money, and the government didn't want anything to fucking do for her at all. She had somebody else working in the house, but losing 50%, well, what was it? No, someone was getting like 60% of the house's income. Do you know what? My sister was getting 60% of the house's income, and 1 minute she went from having it to the next minute not fucking having it. What's up?
Go on, carry on.
What's up, mate? You alright?
I was just playing something.
Alright. Yeah, and the government decided that you were just going to take it away like that, and they did not give a flying fuck. And she had like two kids in the house as well to support. They didn't give a fuck. So if they want to take another 10 million people out, if that's what they've done to a recovering sick person, what the fuck? They're more than capable of doing it to people who are really fucking like not well, who really need it. People are going to suffer, and they don't give a fuck again.
That's the main.
And they're about giving themselves a pay rise.
That's the main problem behind the reforms that are happening now, which is the simple fact that well, people, the scroungers and the so-called scroungers and fucking people who benefit cheats and all that shit, they are going to suffer, right? But the sad fact is that people who...
Look, they're clever enough to work the system.
Well,
that's what you
the
get
thing.
with benefit cheats. There's some of them who are professional benefit cheats, and they spend 20 years on it, and they know how to work the system.
That's the
they can
biggest
get any
problem.
money they want out of the system. They know how to play it. They know they're lying. The people across the table know they're lying, but they say the right things and they tick the right boxes, and everything psychological is there in place. So they just keep on giving them money. You're never going to take money off them people, because if you do, they are going to start fucking shit up. Bitches are going to slap bitches, and they'll end up going to the European Court, and they'll turn around and say, no man and no woman should any country should have to do without as a citizen there. So the government are going to say, well, we're going to have to start fucking giving you money, and he's just going to start rubbing his fucking hands.
The main problem you've got behind it as well is not only is the European Court going to rule that, but when people think that when the European Court rules something, it passes automatically over here. It doesn't.
That's right.
It's actually passed by our courts afterwards. Our courts have got to pass it for it to go into law over here.
So all these people are out there saying, oh, well, the Europeans have done this, and the European Parliament have done that, and the European Parliament passed this law, and this now's not fair, we've got to contribute more money. What's actually happened is, in other countries, that law has been implemented, but in this country, it's come to our lords. We have lords of the law in this country, and they've decided whether or not to pass it.
Yeah. There's that many different fucking courts in this country. I can't even remember what court it goes through.
It'd be the law lords. It'd be the law lords, I'm telling you. The people who fucking... because there's... I'm sure law lords are like the fucking chief justices. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody above them.
The main issue you've got behind it as well is that, in my opinion, the welfare bill originally, when it was set up by the leader of the Labour Party in the late 50s, when it was just an idea, post-war, and the country was fucked, they decided to set up the so-called welfare bill, and he originally wanted to set it up as a contribution. It was a contribution thing, so that...
Sounds like a good idea.
So
it does. I'm in, I'm paying.
Similar to the national insurance, you contribute to fucking said thing.
So, in times of need, if you needed it, it was there.
Yeah. So basically, if you'd been working for 5 years, you'd get a certain amount back, type of thing, if you fucking went unemployed. And then all of a sudden, eventually, after a certain amount of time, it would dry up. That's what would happen.
Just make that full screen, mate. It's doing me sweetie.
And then, that was the original idea. And exactly what happened at the time was, not the Labour Party, not the fucking Lib Dems or Conservatives at the time, because at the time the biggest party in the country was the Liberals.
Right.
The Liberals went fucking bananas about this fucking bad idea, right? And they all said that it should be a fucking... that's passed into law, and it should be a set wage or whatever the fuck it is. And then fucking 20 years later, Thatcher fucking finished off implementing the twatting thing. And then she created the new one, which is obviously the big one, which has got nearly the same bill as the Dole bill, which is the Disability Benefits Bill, which goes on top of your Dole bill.
Which is necessary.
What a lot of people...
It's necessary.
Well, what a lot of people don't realise as well is that when you see someone getting disability benefit, not only are they getting that disability benefit, they're also getting the Dole benefit as well.
It's necessary, though. It's been put there for people who can't work.
Well, that's what it's been put there for, but it's arguable about how many people... Like, did you know that when the government got a rebate in 2010, their first budget?
Yeah.
Their first budget they got a rebate of £4.4 billion, right? That year, they got £4.4 billion of extra tax they weren't expecting.
Right.
Now, instead of pushing it into the deficit, as in reducing it or whatever, they decided right there and then, fuck it, let's see what we can do with the welfare bill. And they paid £4 billion to a company in France, right?
Right.
Which is designed for investigating medical negligence, the whole fucking shebang, that whole barrister thing of investigating medical negligence and medical problems and, doctors, surgeons, the full fucking shebang, dead important company. They paid them all that money to investigate all 2.3 million disabled people in this country.
Fuck.
That's how many people get disability benefits in this country. To investigate them, right? They've published so basically, they're going to investigate every single one of them. The government believed that 1.1 million of those people did not deserve one penny of that.
Holy fuck.
Right. That's what they officially thought. And they published it in June last year.
Okay.
They did 240,000 people so far in their little poll, investigating thing.
Yeah.
184,000 people, right, forfeited their benefit before they even went to the fucking interview. They forfeited the benefit.
How many?
184,000 people out of 240,000. So 60,000 people turned up. The other 184,000 people just sent them a letter or didn't even reply, which basically forfeited their benefit.
Right.
Their disability benefit, saying they're not disabled.
Right.
Some of these people have been on the fucking disability benefits since Thatcher. And basically what it was, officially, while I completed my Thatcher on certain number of things, she fucked up on one big thing, which was that during the big fuck-ups of the coal mining strikes and all the other stuff, I know loads of people see just the coal mining strikes, but there was so much other stuff to it in the country at the time. 3.9 million people unemployed at the time.
Yeah.
She wanted people off the unemployed bill to win votes. And it fucking worked. But what she wasn't telling anybody was that... To win
votes?
Yeah. What she wasn't telling people, though, was that when somebody went on disability benefits, they came off the unemployment levels.
Right.
Fucking over the space of a year, over 1 million people vanished off the unemployment fucking thing. And everybody looked, fucking hell, look, she's doing dead good with the unemployment. But all she'd done was she put 1 million people on disability benefits.
Sneaky bitch. Sneaky, clever, old, dirty, fucking smelly, and conservative bitch.
And it fucking worked. It really did fucking work. 'Cause she fucking won again and again. No one's ever...
When did people cotton on?
They didn't really cotton on because the simple fact was that everybody knew it had happened. It's just that the vast majority of the population never even read it, never even seen it. Officially, you can find out there, just archives, your black top newspapers. You can just read through and you can, if you know what you're reading, if you know how to understand what you're reading, you can read through it and you can see what people don't see at all, if you know what I mean.
So why isn't it main on the news? How are they managing to keep it out? That's what I don't understand, because that shit's really important. We've got to know that we've been lied to, because that's basically what happened.
It's important, but the main thing is that 29 million people in this country, right, don't read newspapers at all.
Right.
They don't read news outlets, fuck all. Right, so straight away, they're off the fucking ticket.
Okay.
A lot of them are kids, obviously, but... and then you've got the other problem, which is that 75% of the people in this country read red tops.
That's true.
Which do not report stuff like that. They do report...
It's an entertainment newspaper, isn't it, really? It is. It's an inter-fucking-entertainment newspaper.
They report popular stuff. And they don't risk anything, to... something like that you would think would sell your newspaper loads.
Yeah,
right.
Fucking buy the cum bucket load.
But you fucking walk in the garage, right, at fucking 6:15 in the morning when all the newspapers are laid out. Everybody walks in there, they pick up the thing with the biggest fucking tits on the front. Yeah. That's the first thing they fucking pick up.
Particularly the males, yeah. I'll have to agree.
And, fucking hell, there's a shop round the corner that I buy me Times from, right? It gets 3 times in a day. I've never not got that fucking paper, ever, right? And it's just like if I'm not trying to fucking advertise the Times, fuck all.
Yes, you are.
But
you want a kickback from the Times?
Fucking give us loads of fucking money. Give me the fucking £36 a month that I pay you back. But with them, you can read through it, and obviously it's fucking just loads of little letters like that. There's a lot of reading there. It would take me an entire weekend just to read one paper.
Holy fuck, I love that. I love reading the paper from start to finish. There's nothing, I tell you what, you get 100% pure satisfaction from reading a newspaper.
It's fucking worth the money, isn't it?
From start to finish. Even the fucking stupid advertisements, you know what I mean? Like going to work over in fucking Dubai or the Yachters Club, we're getting through all the fucking stupid ass tarot card readings and psychic fucking mystic pegs and the letter of the week readings and all that.
Yep.
And you get to you go through all the fucking horse racing and fucking you turn the pages and you go through all the sport and you fucking finish that final page and you think, fuck me, I'm never gonna read the Bible.
Obviously it's just like you could read through the Times, right? The Guardian and the Telegraph are along with it. You could read through it, and you could be reading through a whole article, and if you know what you're reading properly, you click on straight away, and they are literally reporting these things dead casually, as though everybody in the world knows, and you're reading it, and you're thinking, no one fucking knows that! And when I started reading it about 3 years ago, I was reading something, and they were casually talking about fucking, I can't even remember what it was, it was some...
Mind control.
Yeah, it was some fucking bill to do with...
Yeah, it's a jaw dropper, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, something to me that made me think, what the fuck? And then...
Welcome to the United Kingdom.
They're reporting it casually.
Great Britain, where
then
fuckery happens daily.
Then I'm looking at a fucking red top, which is going on about fucking petrol prices, which are important, no doubt. But
beyond important, when it's £6 a gallon. £6, which is about fucking $10 a gallon.
$9.2.
Imagine it, and the Rennigan gallon and the British gallon is different. We get less for the gallon, don't we?
Yeah, we
do. So we're talking the equivalent of, if you work it all out, it's probably going to be about $12 a gallon, isn't it? Something like that. If the Americans were like instructed to pay $12 a gallon at the fucking at the pumps, they would be fucking chaining themselves to the pumps. They would be fucking shit. See, when the price of gas goes up in America, people go with change and start tying themselves to the pumps.
Yep.
They fucking protest. But we are paying that now. We are paying $12 a fucking gallon to run our cars on the road. And I don't know, what's my fuel bill? My fuel bill's, it's 1%. It's about, it's £120 a month, and it's £3,000. It's less than 1%, isn't it? It's 0.7%.
Of what?
It's my top fuel bill for the month. Still £120 a month though.
I don't even know what my fuel bill is going to be this fucking month, because I've obviously got a new car, haven't I? Yeah. But designed to save money with any luck.
Doesn't make any sense, because you're probably not going to make your money back over the lifetime of the car.
I don't care.
How much did you pay for the car?
A lot.
What was it, 14,000?
It was a £14,500 car, but I
got
$20,000. I got it for 10,800 quid with me with a discount, because my dad works for the company that builds them. But the main thing behind it, obviously back to the whole mind blowing thing, is that you sometimes I could read something in the Times and it'll be in the fucking red top a week later. And I'm sat there fucking scratching my head thinking...
Must be like deja vu, like a motherfucker.
And it's just bizarre. But it's the way you could read some fucking articles, not just in the Times, the Telegraph, fucking The Guardian, or loads of other fucking lunatic websites as well. You read through it and they casually talk about shit. And I read it and I think...
Does it go in? Do you remember? Do you remember what you're reading? Does that shit fucking sink?
More often not.
Is it? It takes a good fucking news article to sink in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's got to be a news article where get your pulse rate up a little bit, and you have an emotional attachment to the story. You know what you think? That makes me really fucking angry. That's when it goes in, mate. The Times is like fucking War and Peace. The
main thing with like a lot of the articles sink in, generally speaking. But they're not entertainment, if you know what I mean. They literally, those articles in that fucking paper, not entertainment, they are just literally stating it as it is, if you know what I mean. They have just like literally pure fact. That's what they always are.
Right, I need to ask you some questions here. Have you ever noticed in the Times anything about drones or flying in the UK over the airspace?
More often than not, the drones make it towards the rear. They don't often fucking report that much on it.
Did you not? So it's not fucking conflict stories that could piss the government off.
It depends generally. It's a difficult one because they don't necessarily not report.
Right.
I think they just...
Because in America at the moment, apparently they're using drones to monitor their own civilians, right, and the rest of the criminals and all that bad guys. So what was used in war is now being used over the fucking skies to basically spy and invade on people. Has anything like that been reported in the newspaper in the fucking Times? Because I'm positive that I've heard that the police departments in the UK, police forces in the UK, are going to start fucking getting drones to use. It's coming, isn't it? The drones are coming, aren't they? Yeah. Eventually, because all the CCTV cameras now are drones on masts. Yeah. That's basically all they are.
The original point was what is reported in their said articles is truth, if you know what I mean. What's not reported is another matter. But the ones
and it's Rupert fucking Murdoch. The ones telling me that's truth. Come on.
Well, the best laugh is with the Times though, is that they'll just print something just to wind him up for a laugh.
It's Rupert Murdoch. He owns the fucking Times. It doesn't make any sense at all, man.
They'll literally I've seen some articles of Rupert Murdoch in the Times, and it's dead fucking funny. Cause some of them just fucking slander him to fuck. They're a fucking law unto themselves at times. But the original the articles, while sinking in more or less, they're not entertainment.
Right.
The opinion articles, the ones that do it for me.
Opinion articles.
The opinion articles, some of them are fucking mind blowing. You know, some of them, somebody has like opinions, and they just literally throw fucking figures out in this thing that just destroy you completely. You know, and then you look the figures up, and they're real.
Can you have an argument with somebody who reads the Sun? Like, say you're having a political argument and he's fucking pulling facts out the Sun newspaper, and you're pulling facts out the Times. Do you think I cannot fucking argue with it?
I've tried to argue with thick people.
Just for the viewers that are watching at the moment, Declan is a member of Mensa. Explain to some of the Tards who are watching what Mensa is.
Well, it's officially the high IQ
you're not
society.
Love you all.
You know, but what did I got 169 on the Mensa test, which puts me arguably like top 20,000 Mensa type of thing. Not as high as Natalie Bartman though. But I've tried in work.
Here's a spoiler alert for you. Natalie Portman's got a fucking 189 fucking IQ. Isn't she? She's 11 points below being fucking confirmed an actual fucking genius. Tell you what, she's a genius of beauty. She's an Israeli goddess.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would let her shit her dinner on my chest. I would.
I bet the viewers are gonna love that one. I've tried in work quite a few times to have political arguments with certain people, and I don't mind having a...
Come on, Declan, this is Deathsquad UK, you need to name and shit, motherfucker. Is it the FOD? The forehead?
The FOD, fucking hell, I'd rather fucking
Who
die.
thinks we're at a titty bar right now?
Yeah, we may have told a certain employee in work that we were going to a fucking titty bar tonight to avoid the fact that we're not going to a titty bar. But
he's got a forehead like one of the aliens off Mars Attacks.
Yeah, fucking defo.
Defo.
That's
definitely for our foreign viewers. Defo.
His fucking head's massive. The embryo, we used to call him, before you started down there.
The embryo?
Yeah, the embryo. He used to go off his tits.
Why did you used to call him the embryo?
Because he looks like a fucking embryo with his little fucking thin wispy hair on his head.
I think Wayne looks more like a fucking an aborted embryo.
Yeah, he looks a bit more like that.
He's the angriest man on the planet, hasn't he?
Anger.
Do you know what? I'd love to ask Wayne what he thought of the government.
Fucking
what
don't.
His opinions
I've been down that fucking route. I had to leave.
What's his thoughts on the government? Please tell me. You had to leave. He offended you that much. You got up and left the room.
I can't even remember what did he say. What did he say? I remember it was just the same old fucking record. The same old record that everybody fucking plays. Government bad.
Yeah.
Tax bad.
Immigration bad.
Bad. Things bad.
Yeah.
Work bad.
Yeah.
It's just fucking everything's bad. The
Health
world's fucking
bad.
falling apart.
Teeth bad.
All right, Wayne. How was your chicken curry, Wayne? It was fucking shit. Yeah, fucking what the fuck you buy it for?
Typical Labour voter, always angry at everything. Labour voters are angry at everything, aren't they? I've noticed that. They've got a fucking... we have not got a space race, that's fucking else though. Everybody else got... Fucking India's got a space fucking programme that we haven't. Every
now and again, you get in like a... you get in like a chat with somebody who's like dead well informed, and even if you hate their opinion, if they're dead well informed, you fucking just accept it, don't you?
Yeah.
You have the whole thing of, we'll agree to disagree fucking thing. Well, people who aren't informed, you fucking sat down, you're trying to argue the toss, and it's not sinking in. It's not going there. And you think, I fucking can't be arsed with this.
The worst
I'm
is
actually going to go and do work.
Have you ever fucking tried talking to somebody who fucking supports the BNP, the British National Racist Party?
I'd rather fucking slam my head against the wall.
I know, yeah. Did you ever see that clip on YouTube of the fucking the BNP fucking supporter
during the election?
The Islamists are going to have ray guns and they're going to shoot us with the ray guns. Fuck off.
Do you remember the fight during the election?
No.
It's fucking on YouTube. You can find it easy. When they were campaigning for the election, one of the BNP members who was going for a seat was walking through a fucking... somewhere like that. Somewhere with a large Muslim population.
Yeah.
So he's walking around the streets, and you've seen the BNP, haven't you? They've got the big fucking ribbons.
Yeah.
Like some fucking bizarre, whatever the fuck you can call them, some bizarre fucking horse winner.
Right.
And they're walking along, with these big BNP badges on. There's 3 of them. And they look like fucking just, racist people. That's what
Right.
it looked like.
Right.
And they're knocking door to door, you know. And the next thing, these fucking 3 massive Muslim lads appear out of fucking, right? And this fucking basically the other 2 fellas just said to the Muslim lads, they were fucking really up for a
Oh,
fight.
was this in
Good sign.
Manchester?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's on there now, yeah.
And these 2 Muslim lads, these 2 or 3 Muslim lads were really up for this fucking fight to twat them. And the 2 BNP fellas, dead calmly, were like, please, just go away. And the fucking fella who was running for fucking candidacy with his fucking tits, and he kicked the shit out of him.
You're joking
It's on
about the
fucking
BNP
YouTube.
fella?
He kicks one of them in the head. I thought it was dead funny. I really thought it was dead funny. It was just the way it was.
Let's see if we can find a ray gun clip. Ray guns. Oh, I found it. I'm only going to play the audio through Ustream. I can't be fucking arsed.
No.
Maybe deal with it is. Oh no, I'm going to have to. Let me launch the desktop presenter.
But some of them are just fucking hilarious. You know, like with the BNP is fucked. It can't.
At the moment of pop up, it really did. At the moment where it was doing really fucking well, people were turning their heads at it.
Yeah. But like at the moment, you know, the BNP is just fucked. You know, they've got their own fucking little civil war within the party, and they didn't have enough party members as it was.
Yeah, I know. But they've got member of the European Parliament, haven't they?
Not anymore.
What, has
They
Griffiths lost it? Really?
They lost every single seat in the elections.
Right, I've got the desktop presenter.
These are dark times, there is no denying.
People are angry, but they can't explain why.
Hello, sir, and why are you here today?
I'm here to protest. Right, I'm going on a march. 'Cause I want Britain to be back British. I want Britain to be back British. I'm going on a march. 'Cause I want Britain to be back British. I want Britain to be back British. Got interracial law, and the Muslimic infidel. To be back British. I want Britain to be back British. Got racial law and the Muslimic infidel. They're trying to get their law over our country, and it is happening. It's happening in other countries. Everything. It's happening in every country. It's like you've got the Iraqi law that they put down in London, like we're more or less near London today, but they're trying to put the Iraqi law down on London. They're just trying to put their law down on us, and we can't stand for that.
Which Iraqi law is this?
It's the Muslim law. They've got their law. Obviously, it's their law, isn't it? Like, we can't do anything about that, but we're just trying to stop Muslimic. You've got Muslimic rape gangs nowadays. There's 15-year-olds getting raped and everything. It just can't happen. That's why all these people are there. All these people around us, that's why they're there.
Thank you very much.
The BNP are going to disappear, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thanks very much for being around, but now it's the time for the professionals.
Yeah.
Nigel Farage will be the next leader of the UKIP party.
See, the thing is with Nigel Farage is that he's got enough policies that are that would appeal to your everyday person.
Mm.
You know, I know the BNP had policies that would appeal to the everyday person, but there's no way they could implement them. You know, yeah, a lot of the policies were just shit. They couldn't have done it. They just couldn't have. But the Nigel Farage UK Independence Party really does. You know, a lot of the ideas he's got are really fucking good as well.
Farage's ideas are good.
Some of them are.
What are the main fucking ideas he's got? Getting Britain out of Europe.
Yeah, well,
getting all of our fucking
that's
people
not,
home from Afghanistan.
To me, that's not really a very important one. Not the Afghanistan one. The getting out of Europe one. That's to me. That's a that's for the future. That one.
Starter.
But, the main thing behind it is that he wants to limit the immigration to 50,000 for the first 5 years.
That's not going to do fuck all. It's not going to do fuck all. Think about it. What's it going to do?
It's going to limit the immigration to 50,000, which are all going to be students.
It won't, because the people get in any way they want to.
Yeah, obviously, but the main thing behind it is that he wants to limit it to 50. No, the main thing you need, obviously, is you need to close your fucking borders, don't you? You need to have your good borders fucking locked down to fuck.
No illegal immigrant has ever said, "Oh, there's a law where we can't be a legal immigrant in that country, so we're not going to go." So there's still going to be fucking 100,000 people getting in or whatever fucking per year. What do you reckon the immigration fucking intake is a year?
I couldn't even fathom a guess.
We're talking hundreds of thousands, aren't we? And we automatically give them some type of benefit as well for being in the country, don't we? Don't we give them a house?
It depends. With the illegal immigrants, it's a bit of a grey area. I know that officially you had stories going that were illegal immigrants had got houses and shit like that. But I think one of the main problems with it is our own fucking bureaucracy is our own fucking worst enemy, because somebody over here could be an illegal immigrant but have the legal right to stay here. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, like that Abu Hamza.
Yeah, just fucking stupid. All the little fucking finicky laws.
This is how fucked up our country is. We've got a known terrorist in this country called it's Abu Hamza, isn't it?
I can't remember. You've got Abu Hamza and Abu Qatada. I fucking get confused. One of them's in America.
Yeah. Well,
the other one's still here.
The other guy, he's been confirmed to be an enemy of the state. He's a fucking dangerous person, right? America want to extradite him to their country Jordan want to extradite him back to their country to face charges, and we have okayed that extradition. But our courts have turned around and said it will affect the human rights after our fucking foreign secretary have gone over there and got reassurances from the Jordanian ministry that they're not going to fucking lay a hand on him. All right, they're going to beat the shit out of him. He's going to end up with an arsehole the size of a drain pipe. But he's had lectures about death of the UK and making the UK an Islamic fucking country, and shit like that needs to be fucking expelled from the country.
Do you know how many years they've been trying to get rid of him?
It's about fucking 8, isn't it? 12 years, all that money. What I want to know is how much money do you think it's fucking cost?
98, they started doing it.
How much? Give us a figure. What do you reckon, about 20 million?
You couldn't even fathom the guess on it, because you'd have to work out inflation as well over that type of time.
I'll bet you fucking Sky News could.
More than likely. I just can't be asked. I'm too lazy to do that. I'm interested
Wouldn't
in
you
figures.
think they would just fuck them off? Put them on the plane. What are they going to do? What's the fucking European Union going to do? We stick fucking Abu Qatada on the fucking plane to Jordan, right? What's the European Union? Invade us. I don't fucking think they're going to do anything. Do you know why? Because it's a sovereign fucking state. And I reckon the Queen, fucking old lady there in the palace, I reckon she's got the power to say, I want that motherfucker out of my country.
Well, that's one of the main arguments for me about being out of the EU, is to be able to avoid that entire thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
To avoid the entire EU court rulings and all
that
bullshit.
We can have power over our sovereign soil. Yeah. The Queen's got the final say at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If the Queen said, we are not in Europe, as the head of the state, we would probably have to obey that, wouldn't we?
Yeah. But
do you think we would? Don't think the Prime Minister could say, well, fuck off, no, we're not. We're staying in it.
Officially speaking, the Queen is still the head of state, officially. Officially, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. But it is a grey area. Let's face facts. It is a fucking big grey area.
Do you know the Queen can't go to Parliament? She's got to be invited.
Yeah, no.
The Queen,
that was past fucking hundreds of years ago, that one.
So they can have absolutely no influence. And it's the same with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister just can't turn up at the palace. He's got to be invited. I know every fucker's got to be invited, but even though those two motherfuckers are in charge of the country. And do you know what? I think the Queen has got more power than what a lot of people think. For the Prime Minister to go to war, he's got to go to the Queen and prove his fucking case, and the Queen can say yay or fucking nay. I mean, I'm a royalist. I really am. I'm a loyalist to the crown. I think maybe our foreign viewers who don't have a monarchy might not understand this, but in this country we have our Parliament, and they do make all the decisions. But if they want to make a decision and they want to pass it to law, they've got to get the Queen to sign it, The Queen has got to fucking say yay or fucking nay. If the Prime Minister wants to go to war, he's got to fucking prove his case to the Queen, and the Queen's got to say yay or nay. All right. The majority of the time.
If the winner of the elections wants to set up a parliament, got to ask the Queen.
Correct. So that's right. For when somebody loses an election, he's got to go to the Queen for permission to disband Parliament. The Queen can turn around and say, "No, motherfucker, you think I'm one posh boy dope smoker in my fucking country? I don't think so, homeboy. From now on, you'll stay in this Prime Minister." If she wanted to do that, she fucking could. Do you think it's time for a monarchy change?
No. Define monarchy change.
Sorry, as in the crown being handed down to Charlie Boy.
Well, I don't think it should go down to Charles, personally.
Well, he's next in line, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's not going to abdicate because he's going to be fucking Camilla with that crown. Where that crown, Queenie? Where that fucking crown? Who's your king? Your king, oh girl.
I think personally it should go straight down to William, straight from Charles, because I think Charles...
It can't happen. It's
I know it can't happen.
Rhymes.
I know
this
it
isn't fucking Star Wars. This is real life.
I know it can't happen, but that's what I think should happen. But I know it can't.
Well, you're just wasting oxygen there, Deck.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could go home and fucking shit gold nuggets, but that's not going to happen either.
You never fucking know. Fucking walk through one of them X-ray machines in fucking the American airport, you might.
Don't start shitting gold nuggets. We're just fucking dropping on the journey. We're getting all the fucking podcasts mixed up now. This is now the third podcast from Deathsquad UK.
Yep.
in no way affiliated with Brian Redband's original setup, but that motherfucker inspired us to do this podcast. We did, Dale. If you listen, he did inspire us. We have proof. Because we're sat here now. Yeah.
I can't even remember what fucking
Queen.
subject we were on. Queen. Something to Queen. What was it?
She's got unlimited power over the UK. Yeah. Do you think it's time for a referendum on the monarchy?
No. No way.
Hang on a second, you're a conservative.
Yes, but I'm a royalist. Very much.
You're a royalist?
Very much.
That's a contradiction in terms. You don't get one of the mother. You do not get one of the mother.
I'm an imperialist before everything else.
The imperialists formed the United Kingdom. That's the Welsh, by the way. The
main thing behind it for me is if we weren't in the EU, we could literally just go, right, we have our own laws, we go, right, fucking see all these immigrants, we go like that, bonk, off a plane, see you later. I know some people I work with have got much more extreme ideas about that, fucking putting them on a plane.
Put them through the fucking plaza.
Some fucking people I know in work fucking...
Yeah, I think we all know some deeply racist people. Wayne is a racist, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He is a fucking racist, but casual, just as if like, do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, I don't like the blacks. Just drops it like it's not a problem at all.
One of the fucking downfalls working at a fucking factory is everybody's fucking racist.
Everybody is racist, isn't it?
Fucking now factories from like the fucking 50s.
I can remember Derek Rustage. I can't even say it on air. I can't even say it.
Get yourself fucking sacked.
It was that fucking racist. I fell off my chair. I'm fucking outraged by it. Oh, I said you can't say that, Derek. And he went, what? Well, I fucking did. I'll tell you off air what it is. You'll fucking die.
I can imagine.
There's nobody of the ethnic persuasion work at our workplace. No. It's not even the Metropolitan Police.
No. Not one.
That's crazy, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But saying that now, we have been bought out by these Germans.
What's the Germans?
Whatever you do not mention the war. Do you know my grandparents are, Jewish?
Yeah. You know what's going to happen one day? One day, somebody from somewhere high up in this fucking company that's just stuck us over is going to be watching this fucking podcast, and they're going to fucking be sat there one day and they're going to be
watching this podcast,
and they're going to watch the entire thing for what, fucking 120 minutes or something. They're going to think, fucking hell, these fucking dickheads.
They're not going to be watching this podcast, dude.
Thank fuck. I know, but you never know. Can you just imagine it? Fucking thinking, thank fuck. Wonder what fucking where these dickheads fucking work. Then all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, I work at blah blah blah, whatever the name is.
Fuck
and
it,
they go,
I'll say it, Borstal.
They're not fucking working there anymore.
Tesco.
Yeah.
Eddie fucking Stolberts. Yeah. Pick one of them you want.
Pick the phone up, fucking sack them two twats. Yeah.
London CID.
Yeah.
MI5. Go on, 19.
We'd be fucked if someone from fucking work watched this fucking thing. Thank fuck we work with thick people.
You're alright, mate. You're fucked. I'm wearing a disguise. I'm wearing a hat. I'm dressed up as a fucking chimney sweeper.
Fucking chimney, yeah. Fucking shim shrew.
I reckon the Go Forth and what's the name of the podcast?
Amplify. Go Forth and
Amplify podcast is turning into the Hit Me Man How Fresh podcast.
It's fucking going off subject. So fuck yeah.
Yeah, dropping knowledge.
Let's fucking think of a fucking decent subject. Go on.
Masturbation,
yeah, that's fucking on the political and economic agenda.
Here's a question for you. Do you think people in the UK deserve to be paid more than a Prime Minister, or do you think that the Prime Minister is underpaid? Because I think he's underpaid.
I think he's underpaid, definitely.
He's only paid about £124,000 a year, isn't he?
Yeah, 126 I think it is.
And there's fucking bankers out there, fucking corrupt bankers who are getting paid fucking millions.
I don't think by no means they should be the highest paid person in the country, but I think within government, officially within government, the fucking top man should be the fucking top man.
Yeah. I think these politicians who are getting paid more than the Prime Minister as well, you know.
I know that there was 130 civil servants who earn more than the Prime Minister. You know, fucking civil servants pushing fucking papers here and there, fucking all sorts of things.
Imagine if they start, is the government run as a business?
No.
I don't think so. So that's to make money, isn't it?
Well, the main thing is, if it was run as a business, it'd have never fucking got into debt in the first place.
You're joking, aren't you?
It'd never fucking...
Businesses are in debt. That's just the model of the 21st century,
you know
isn't
what I
it?
mean?
Start business debt.
Yeah, but let's face facts, though. If, let's say you're your company or whatever, and you had the amount of debt that our company...
my company.
Let's say you're a company, right? And you get as much debt as the government has.
High as fuck. On life.
You're high as fuck.
On life, allegedly.
Let's say they get as in debt as our government is. That company would be fucked. It'd go under. It'd be gone. A company can't have that much debt. It's impossible.
Do you not think the business of the government is just to make money? Because without money, there's no government.
Yeah, no, but I don't think it's just to make money. I think if we didn't have a government, how would the country be represented in the world?
Local councils, like it was in the fucking... Before they got the fucking, I don't know, sailboats and all that. You're not asked about what's going on overseas. All you're asked about is fucking Mary Jane in the bar with her fucking brother again. You just need to make sure families don't start fucking each other. That's all you're worried about. Or if the next village are going to come and eat you. That's what people are fucking worried about.
What do you think? You think Britain should be 656 separate states? That's how many
counties there are.
How many counties? No, that's how many seats there are.
That's what once upon a time it was. The fucking idea. Imagine now. Imagine if there was no roads and all that shit. Yeah. People just didn't go into Warrington, which is approximately about 7 miles up the road. Have you ever walked to Warrington?
Yeah.
I have as well. 3 hours. People aren't fucking walking 3 hours in that direction with nothing in between. They're staying where they are. They're staying in the fucking local, which is what humans are designed to do. Humans are not designed to live by the thousands. Humans are designed to live in small fucking tribes.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, if it ever came to something like where there was loads of fucking little separacies and that, I'd probably just end up trying to take over the world. I'd be fucking going at the emperor of the world type fucking shit there.
Got to take one, got to take them all.
Fucking all 656 states, fucking mine. I can't remember what I was going to say with that then as well. Where was I going to go with that?
Well, how long do you reckon it's going to think? How long do you think it's going to take us to pay back our national debt? Do you reckon we'll ever get our national debt down to zero?
No. Well, the national debt's never been zero since records have ever begun on anything.
So we're always going to be in debt. Well, hang on a second. Well, Brazil's not in debt.
Yeah, but I'm on about just us.
Brazil have got £2.2 trillion more than us.
Yep. How do you mean? You mean how do you?
We've got £200 billion plus. Yeah. That's how much Brazil have got. They've got they've got a plus, right? We've got minus 2 trillion, right?
Minus 1.16.
1.16 trillion, which that's the figure they told us.
Yeah.
We can safely say it's probably around 2 trillion, right? So they have got 2.2 trillion pound more than us because we've got less 2 trillion.
Yep.
So how the fuck have they got no national debt and we have?
Well, how do you think Brazil's got
the fucking IMF?
Brazil's got fucking brilliant growth, haven't they? You know, they've got brilliant growth and they've got a weak currency. You know, all adds up. A weak currency means you can sell product, means you can increase growth. Unlike a strong, that one of the main things, in my opinion, that is making this country weak at the moment economically, is that the pound's so strong. Because the pound's so strong, no one wants to buy British because it's the exchange rate when it goes along. You know,
I know
you might spend $1.6 or whatever the fuck it is in America type of thing, and you'll only get £1 worth of stuff from Britain. If that makes sense.
It does.
You know, you lose it in your exchange rate. So because we're so strong, even though it's one of the best things for us at the moment, you know, it's keeping our interest rates low.
Yeah.
You know, it's keeping the country afloat. It's also keeping the country dumped down as well. So what do? Do you risk it? Do you risk it and fucking trying to weaken your currency and risk fucking sending the country under, or what? You know, it's a fucking dodgy one. Glad I'm not fucking Mike Carney.
Who's Mike Carney?
Mark Carney.
Oh, the Canadian dude coming in.
Yeah.
Is that a good move or a bad move having a foreigner running the Bank of England?
I'd say a good move because...
But he might not have any interest of our nation at heart. Might not give a fuck.
Well, his wife
might try and destroy us.
His wife's British, if that matters. But one of the main things behind him was that he's led banks through the shittiest of shitty times.
How bad are we talking? How bad?
Well, he led the Canadian Bank of, the Bank of Canada through the entire recession, and they out of the big 7 economies in the world were quickest to get to pre-recession levels.
Right.
They were the quickest to get out of unemployment, quicker than any other country, including America.
Fucking hell.
A lot of that's attributed
and it's down to him.
A lot of it's attributed to him. And the basic thing is that it can't be a bad thing having somebody capable of that in power, can it? In theory. Because what if something goes tits up again
It's
now?
better the devil you know than the devil you don't, though, isn't it?
Fucking hell. Mervyn King's a fucking lunatic.
But Mervyn King is a lunatic.
He didn't even fucking click on that we were going into recession.
What do you think as Bank of England, the chief executive? Is it the chief exec? Bank of England chief executive?
No, it's the...
chief treasurer. The treasurer of the Bank of England.
I can't remember what the title is. Sir Mervyn King something or other of the Bank of England.
Isn't it treasurer?
Governor.
Governor. That's it, yeah. It's the governor.
Banking governor.
Fuck me. I just absolutely fucking shit myself. I thought it was the cat under the table. Thank fuck the camera wasn't on me. Because I've got to be honest with you, a little bit of poo come out and I shit me. I can't wait to hear that back. Like, so you tell me that it's his job to foresee things like that?
It is. It's the
Do you not think he knew? Do you not think he was part of the NWO of all these mortgages shit? He thought, do you not think they were all in on it?
Fuck knows. But people just didn't.
Opinion.
People just didn't realise it was coming at all. I don't understand how. Because
fucking Ron Paul knew it was coming. Ron Paul is an American fucking politician who foresee this about 20 years ago. And there's a speech now on YouTube. If you type in Ron Paul, and he will tell you in fucking 1993 of all the shit that is in the future, that is the potential of hitting us, and everything he predicted come to fruition. It came fucking true.
Well, I remember.
And nobody listened, or everybody listening to thought we're going to fucking do it. Because a lot of people are going to make a lot of fucking money, but a lot of people are going to be fucking screwed.
None of these bankers and members of parliament, your chancellors, your fucking banking governors, none of them fucking realised the recession was coming. In 2003, I was told by my history teacher that the country was going to go into recession.
Fucking
if a fucking history teacher knows it, fucking they must.
I knew it when I was 21. I said when I was 21, which was 9 years ago, that the country needs to reset itself.
Yeah.
Things are the price of a house has gone up so much that and mortgages just have not matched the rate. So when fucking a house cost, I don't know, 40% of your income a year, and then all of a sudden it fucking went to 60% of your income a year, that was unsustainable. And I think mortgages mortgages are the biggest part to blame for the arse falling out of the fucking world. The world got a mortgage and the world got a fucking bellyache.
That's a good one.
The Great Britain, the world is fucked financially. The fucking national debt of the fucking of the world is, I think it's something stupid like 500 trillion, and the income of the world is only 200 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
So we are spending fucking 150% more a year than what the fucking year's making, than the fucking world's making a year.
Mm-hmm.
How's that fucking possible? Somebody's managed to create 150 trillion pounds worth of money that has no value at all.
Yeah.
If aliens came to this planet, we would have nothing to negotiate with, because we wouldn't have anything to fucking pay them with. Nuclear weapons, they travel all the way to this all the way to this fucking planet, and then they'll be asked about nuclear fucking weapons and medicine. They're coming to exterminate.
They come all the way out here to fucking discover the intelligent life to get it, and they think, well, fuck that. They're fucking themselves up.
Look at these barbaric apes.
Look at these dickheads.
Look at these clever fucking monkeys.
Currency? What's that?
Yeah, built houses and they can go around on wheels. A couple of them can fly at 800 miles an hour. These are clever fucking chimps. But in terms of fucking intelligent, they're fucking shit up left, right, and centre. They're just killing each other.
It'll be the same thing as when you go around
pets.
It'll be the same thing as when you go around your mate's house and you're like, fucking hell, that's a good fucking dog. That is dead clever.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be like.
Dog can't fly in an aeroplane. Yeah. Let's be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, let's face facts. They'll probably look at it a fucking airplane and think, what the fuck's that? Fucking idiots.
And on that note, that is the universe telling us to wrap it up because I am in no way to fucking end this podcast. This has been the Go Forth and Amplify podcast from Deathsquad UK. We are in no way affiliated with Brian Redband's original setup, but he and he alone has inspired us to do this podcast. This week, me, Ben Burrows, at Deathsquad_BB on Twitter, and Declan Whiteside at TheAnarchistUndead on Twitter have rocked your fucking world. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an emotional, bumpy ride. Stay black. Peace and love.